So with the first wave of normal and hard servers coming to a close, and the Way of Winter still a few weeks off, Consumables have just released Prismverse Clash, a brand new PvP scenario. So Prismverse Clash is kind of like a PvP light experience. Instead of you against the world, you're going to choose one of two sides, Rosetta or Mayfly. And you're going to help your side capture rare deviants to earn points. Now I say this is going to be a PvP light because their death penalty is less severe. You're not going to lose your gear or anything like that. You may lose a couple of items like you normally do when you die, but your weapons are safe, your armor's safe, things like that. And also there are very large safe zones in this, either down south or up north, depending on which side you choose. So you're going to have to choose between Rosetta and Mayfly. So the Rosetta team focuses more on potions and whims and things like that, while the Rosettas, they're going to get more tech stuff, so drones and turrets and things like that. So make your choice according to what you kind of feel is cooler, really. So this is only a short scenario, 19 days long, which means if you do get in the first couple of days, then you will still be ready to play the new PvE scenario. But if not, if you do get in later and start kind of halfway through, they have said that when the new PvE scenario comes out, they are going to implement a exit scenario button where you'll be able to get your character straight out of whatever scenario you're in and straight in to the Way of Winter. Now, if you're a PvE player, you may be a little hesitant to join a PvP server, but let me give you 5 reasons why you should definitely jump into this and try it out. First off is the most important thing that everybody wants: more Starcrom. Now, if you stay on your old server until it finally dies, all you're going to get is your weekly purifications. So that's going to be about 4,000 per week. In Prismverse Clash, there is a lot more Starcrom to be earned. Number 2, you can finally get a chance to get those deviants that you couldn't get in PvP. We're talking Dr. Teddy, Upper World Spawn, Masonic Pyramid, and all those other ones that you can only get through PvP. Plus, there is going to be a couple of brand new ones, they're kind of upgraded versions of other ones. We've also got the Radiant one, which is an upgraded version of Whisperwind, and Berserkosaurus Rex, which is a really cool looking upgrade to Shephosaurus Rex. But make sure you grab those. Number 3, there's going to be a new mod suffix. So these are going to be new mods with the suffix Battlefield. While we don't quite know what effect they're going to have yet, it's always good to have a stock of all kinds of ones, so definitely make sure you take part, get those. At number 4, you'll be able to get a whole new load of blueprints. All those crates that are in the towns, you can go and farm them again, get those blueprints, get upgrading your gear ready for the Way of Winter. And lastly, there are some really cool new cosmetics you can get with Prismverse Clash. At the end, whichever side you're on, winning or losing, you're going to get some crates. And in those crates, there's going to be a new set of Rosetta armor and a new set of Mayfly armor that you'll be able to kit your character out with. And honestly, they look pretty cool. So, are you going to be joining Prismverse Clash? What server are you on? Which side are you picking? You going to be Rosetta or are you going to be Mayfly? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in game.
How is the winning faction determined? Prism deviations are the key to victory in Prismverse Clash. Fight over them in the wilderness and secure them to earn Prism energy for your faction. The faction with the most Prism energy by the end of the scenario wins. Now, you might be wondering, what in the world are Prism deviations? And how do they differ from regular deviations in existing scenarios? Prism deviations are special deviations with unique attributes that can be found throughout the world. Prism deviation provides a different amount of Prism energy depending on its rarity. Certain deviations, such as Electric Eel and the Digby Boy, will be converted into Prism deviations. 2 new Prism deviations will also be introduced in this scenario: Berserkosaurus Rex and the Radiant one, which are so rare that securing one will earn your faction a massive amount of Prism energy. But how am I supposed to find these Prism deviations, you ask? They can be obtained by fishing and gathering in contest areas or by participating in public crisis events. That's not all, though. You can also attack the opposing faction and seize their hard-earned Prism deviations for yourself and your faction. The next question is, how do you secure a Prism deviation after obtaining it? I've prepared a Securement guide, so please note the following pointers. 1. You must be in a contest area to secure a Prism deviation. 2. Prism deviations take different amounts of time to secure depending on their rarity. 3. If you teleport, enter a safe zone, are defeated by another player, or enter a dungeon while carrying a Prism deviation in your backpack, the Prism deviation will escape and return to the contest area. Prism deviations will also escape if held in a securement facility in your territory, and the facility is destroyed before securement is complete. Therefore, you should team up and defend Prism deviations while they are being secured. If you are confident enough, you can even collect multiple Prism deviations and secure them all at once. But you'll have to be careful. Carrying a Prism deviation will reveal your location to the opposing faction. And the more Prism deviations you have, the more exposed you'll be.